Where will you go next? In this increasingly uncertain, unstable, unpredictable world. The world is changing every day. Where should we go next? What should we do for the future? Be innovative. The Bloomberg selected Korea as the most innovative country in 2021. Be sustainable. Korea is leading hydrogen industry with world best hydrogen car manufacturer. Be predictable. Korea is ready to support businesses with strong value chain. We need to think and cooperate together for the future. Korea is ready to leap forward with you. Grow sustainably with innovation in Korea.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for attending today's K-Hydrogen Innovation Day. My name is Ha-Jun Kim, and I work as a manager at the Korea Trade and Investment Promotion Agency, KOTRA Sydney office.
And I'm In-jae Hwang, the investment consultant of KOTRA Sydney, and will be your host for today. As hydrogen economy is well and truly on its way, we hope this webinar would give you a glimpse in Korea's hydrogen industry to aid your future business and investment decisions.
I'd like to thank Sydney University for co-hosting today's event. Currently, the Korean hydrogen sector is being led by strong small and medium-sized enterprises, developing world-class innovations and new technology for the hydrogen industry. Today, we're proud to introduce 6 of these hidden champions.
Today's webinar will begin with opening remarks from James Che, the former Australian ambassador to Korea and the current honorary ambassador of Foreign Investment Promotion of South Korea. The session will be followed by 6 IR pitching sessions of Korean hydrogen companies. After the pitching session, there will be a presentation by University of Sydney, which will provide insight into Australia's hydrogen sector and introduce Sydney's knowledge hub. So without further ado, I would like to introduce James Che for his opening remarks.
It's a pleasure to be part of the K-Hydrogen Innovation Day, organised by KOTRA, Invest Korea and the University of Sydney. My name is James Choi, former Australian Ambassador to Korea and now KOTRA's Honorary Ambassador of Foreign Investment Promotion. The world is on the cusp of a clean energy revolution. As we deal with the challenge of climate change, there is an urgent need to reduce our carbon footprint and accelerate the energy transition. It is clear that hydrogen will play a critical role as we plan and engineer the transition to clean energy. I am very encouraged by the significant steps that both Australia and Korea have taken in developing our respective hydrogen economies. In particular, Korea has moved quickly and impressively to develop a hydrogen-based economy. Korea's hydrogen economy roadmap envisages the creation of a comprehensive hydrogen ecosystem by 2040. It is seeking to become a global leader in the production and deployment of fuel cell electric vehicles and large-scale stationary fuel cells for power generation. Korea's rollout of its domestic hydrogen infrastructure is truly impressive, from the network of hydrogen refueling stations through to the storage infrastructure that will underpin a hydrogen economy. Korea's major companies, which include Hyundai Motors, SK, POSCO, Hanwha, and Hyosung, have launched a H2 Business Council, which will create a platform to develop Korea's hydrogen ecosystem. We have already seen major Korean companies make commitments to invest around $50 billion in building hydrogen infrastructure. But Korea's hydrogen story involves more than just the investments of the major companies. Korea has many strengths, especially its advanced research and development capabilities. It is, one of the world's largest investors in R&D. Its university research programs are among the best in the world. Korea has a broad and highly capable industrial base that is globally competitive. And it is Korea's ability to innovate that is attracting foreign investment. This is the reason why Korea was ranked first in the 2021 Bloomberg Innovation Index. I would also point to Korea's highly skilled, talented, and motivated workforce as the true engine of Korea's economy. In that context, we are seeing the emergence of a vibrant startup ecosystem in Korea across a range of industries, including in the hydrogen sector. I have no doubt that the innovation emerging from smaller Korean companies and startups will lead to Korea's own unicorns that will gain international recognition. In that context, I am pleased to see that the K-Hydrogen Innovation Day will introduce emerging Korean hydrogen firms to the Australian market. From fuel cell technology, liquefaction, refueling, through to hydrogen system solutions, these firms represent the level of innovation and technology that is developing in Korea's hydrogen ecosystem. As Australia seeks to develop its own hydrogen industry, we should be doing more to explore partnerships and collaborative links with Korean innovators. We should be exploring how Australia can tap into the rich stream of research and development emerging from Korean innovators, companies, and universities. It will only strengthen Australia's ability to build our own hydrogen industry. And the linkages we build right now with Korea will lay the foundations of the future hydrogen cooperation between our two countries. During the visit to Australia by former Korean President Moon in December 2021, our two countries signed a low and zero emissions technology partnership. Its priorities will include hydrogen supply, low emission steel and iron ore, and carbon capture and storage. Both our countries have agreed to invest up to $100 million towards initiatives under this promising partnership. But building a hydrogen supply chain requires more than just funding and government agreements. It requires commitment to working together and building the collaborative links to come up with solutions to common problems. It requires our business leaders to explore the opportunities to build commercial ties and partnerships. So, today's K-Hydrogen Innovation Day is playing an important role to this end. Congratulations again to KOTRA, Invest Korea, and the University of Sydney on hosting this important event. I hope it leads to greater Australian awareness of Korea's significant technological and innovation capabilities. I hope it also contributes to the further development of links that will ultimately build the Australia-Korea hydrogen supply chain. Thank you.
Thank you, James, for your remarks on Korean and Australian hydrogen cooperation opportunities.
Now we'll be moving on to our next agenda, which will be looking at pitches from our 6 Korean companies. The first will be G-Philos and its business on green hydrogen P2G solution. The spokesperson for G-Philos will be Mr. Christian Park, who is the head of International Business Development Division.
My name is Christian Park, and I'm in charge of the international business at G-Philos. I'm extremely excited to have this opportunity to introduce G-Philos to you today because we're confident that Australia will become one of the most important global players in what we do. Australia has already declared that it will become the #1 exporter of green hydrogen. Yes, green hydrogen. That's what we do. As our name suggests, we make green energy, green hydrogen to be more exact. We have the technology and the experience of making and managing green hydrogen power systems. The natural energy source is from wind, solar, and waves. Yes, waves as in surfing sea waves. Goldman Sachs recently published an extensive report on green hydrogen, and it forecasts that hydrogen generation market to grow to $250 billion by 2030 and $1 trillion by 2050. Let me tell you a wild story. Would you believe me if I told you that soon you may be paid by our electric companies to use more electricities? Yes, you heard me right. Instead of paying those huge air conditioning bills every summer, we may actually be rewarded to use more electricity. Sounds wild, right? But that's exactly what's happening in Korea right now. Yes, it's the new paradigm. Let me tell you how. Many of you probably saw Netflix's huge hit Squid Games last year. In this drama, there's a young lady who defected from North Korea, 새벽, or you probably know her as number 67. She dreams of winning the game so that she can sneak her or buy her mom out of North Korea and settling down peacefully in an island, southern island of Jeju in Korea. I don't know if any of you had the pleasure of visiting Jeju Island, but it's a beautiful place. Tropical weather, beautiful beaches, and pristine natural environment. The size of Jeju is about 3 times bigger than the island of Singapore. Due to its environment, the provincial government of Jeju has an ambitious goal of becoming totally carbon-free by year 2030. Thus, they call this CFI 2030, Carbon-Free Island 2030. This goal sounds logical because Jeju has tropical weather and windy climate. However, Jeju also has a big problem on its hand that it did not foresee. Actually, this is a common problem for anyone who produces renewable energy in scale. As you know, the wind and sunlight are not constant. We have no control over Mother Nature. So we cannot produce green energy according to our needs. And it's extremely difficult and costly to store electricity. When the island of Jeju was first being developed, no one imagined that the small island would have a power source of its own. So naturally, the electric cable from the power grid on the mainland serves only one way. It cannot deliver excessive electricity back to the main smart grid. And laying another underwater cable to the mainland is no longer feasible. However, in order to achieve its CFI 2030 goal, the government of Jeju have been generously giving out permits for windmills and solar farms. As a result, Jeju has an excessive electricity at certain time of the day, and its local grid simply cannot handle these surges. And this has come way sooner than anyone imagined. So what happens? The power company simply shuts them off from the grid so that it won't overload their systems. As a matter of fact, recently, Jeju has declared that it will not accept any new electricity from any solar farms on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. This is called curtailment. This is becoming a global problem. I guarantee if you learn anything today is that you will remember this word because this word curtailment will become a household word soon. We cannot simply just shut off these solar farms and windmills because they're expensive and it damages their equipment if they don't function properly. So Jeju is actually offering some electric car charging stations. They're actually offering to pay some electric car stations if they use electricities during the surging hours. Pretty wild, right? That's where G-Philos comes in. We have a system that converts these excessive energy and converts it to hydrogen. We call this process P2G, power to gas. We can either store it for consumption, like charging hydrogen cars, or transporting it to a hydrogen charging stations elsewhere, or simply converting it back to electricity when we need it. Last year, G-Philos successfully launched the first of its kind pilot system in a wind farm in the western part of Jeju. It is a government-funded program, and it still runs quite successfully today. We started with 3 megawatts. Now we have been recently granted to do a 10 megawatt project on the other side of the island. We also operate 2 power systems that generates electricity from sea waves. As you all know, hydrogen has becoming a hot topic all over the world recently. However, there's still quite ways to go before becoming our main source of energy. We are confident that G-Philos have the cutting-edge technology and the management know-how when it comes to P2G or green hydrogen. We have been in business for 13 years, and our current main business is Power Conversion System, or PCS, and Power Management System, or PMS. We are pleased to claim that we do dominate the PCS market in Korea. Our reported revenue last year was $10 million. However, we believe that this number will increase exponentially in years to come as hydrogen ecosystem comes online. If you're interested in what we do and how we do what we do, I will share some YouTube links that explains the technical side of our business and more in depth. Or you can just contact us through KOTRA. Thank you very much for your interest and your precious time.
Thank you, Christian. Our second pitch will be presented by Corey Kim, the Manager of Overseas Sales from Hygen Tech Solutions for its alkaline electrolysis hydrogen production.
Hello, thank you for inviting Hygen Tech Solution to K Hydrogen Day today. I'm Corey Kim. I'm the presenter for you today, and I'm an overseas sales team manager at Hygen Tech Solution. Before we start, I would like you to take a look at the introduction video of our company.
안녕하십니까. 하이젠테크 솔루션의 김민성 연구원이라고 합니다. 하이젠테크 솔루션은 1989년도에 설립해서 현재까지 약 30년 정도 수전의 수소 발생 장치를 제작, 판매하고 있는 기업입니다. 수전해나 수소 발생 장치는 물을 전기분해에 의하여 수소와 산소로 분해하는 방법으로서 양극, 음극, 중간에 분리막으로 구성되고 두 전극 사이의 전해질 종류에 따라서 알칼라인, 고체 고분자막 전해질, 고체 산화물 이렇게 세 가지로 구분이 됩니다. 우선 그린 수소라 함은 탄소 제로의 신재생 에너지, 즉 풍력, 태양광 등을 통해 발전된 전력으로 물을 분해해서 수소를 생산하고 생산된 수소를 대체 에너지로서 사용함을 뜻하는데요. 현재 하이젠테크 솔루션은 올해 1월 안산시에 1.25MW급 수전해 실증 시스템 프로젝트를 컨소시엄 수주 완료하였고요. 올해 4월에 새만금시에 0.5MW급 수소 실증 프로젝트 또한 컨소시엄 수주 완료했습니다. 이 두 건의 그린 수소 프로젝트를 성공적으로 진행 중이고 이는 탄소 중립 2050이라는 국제 과제와도 연계가 있습니다. 하이젠테크 솔루션은 30년 이상 수소라는 한 분야만을 끊임없이 연구하며 달려왔습니다. 현재 국내 수전해 장치는 수소 관련 해외 선진 국가들에 비해 연구나 실증과 관련해 어느 정도 뒤처져 있는 것이 현실인데요. 하지만 하이젠테크 솔루션의 대표 슬로건인 사람 더 나아가 환경을 생각하는 수소 분야 1등 기업으로 나아갈 것입니다.
Hope you enjoyed it. Since its establishment in 1989 as Shangjin, Hydrogen Tech Solution has focused solely on the hydrogen sector for more than 30 years. As you can see from our slogan here, our company deeply cares about people and the environment. That's why Hydrogen Tech Solution has been developing solutions directly related to green hydrogen from renewable energy and carbon neutrality. At Hydrogen Tech Solution, we engineer, manufacture, research, and develop electrolysis devices tailored to our clients' needs, and we install them on site. We are located in Siheung, Gyeonggi Province, which is one of Korea's major industrial cities close to Seoul and Incheon. As explained in the video, at Hydrogen Tech Solution, in line with the global goal of carbon neutrality, we manufacture 5 key products: hydrogen gas generators, high purity hydrogen gas purifiers, molecular hydrogen water systems and kits, and hydrogen inhalation system, and carbonization system with carbon dissolve and removal technology. In particular, our company has sold and exported hydrogen gas generators and hydrogen gas purification systems to domestic and foreign institutions, as well as companies in engineering, steel manufacturing, smelting, and mobility. We have also formed consortium partnerships for a number of renewable and hydrogen energy projects. Currently, major Korean companies such as Hyundai Steel, Hyundai Motor, KEPCO, and Ilton Steels are using our product. The hydrogen gas generators of Hydrogen Tech Solution can be manufactured in 2 types, a package type and a container type. The package type can be generate hydrogen up to 50 normal cubic meter per hour. The container type on the right side of the slide is suitable for generating more than 50 normal cubic meter per hour. The container type generator in the photo was installed for the green methane conversion project of Capri, which is an affiliate of KEPCO. Green methane is a technology that converts hydrogen produced by renewable power and carbon dioxide captured from thermal power plants into green methane that can store large amounts of energy for a longer period, overcoming the limitations of existing energy storage system. Current projects. Our latest projects are green hydrogen production projects in Ansan City and Saemangeum City. The 2 cities are located in the west part of Korea, and one of the major companies in Korea with technology and experience have made successful bids by forming a consortium for both projects and will be expected to produce green hydrogen 250 normal cubic meter per hour model for Ansan City and 100 normal cubic meter per hour model for Saemangeum City, respectively using both wind and solar power. The Ansan project has completed bidding and chosen a consortium of companies as successful bidders. The companies are PHI, Kwangshin, YPP, and us, HTS. In the project, PHI is a consortium bidder and performs EPC work. HTS manufactures and installs water electrolysis devices and utilities. From ESS, they can store hydrogen safely using solar and wind power to the integrated monitoring system will be carried out by YPP, and the hydrogen compression device for storing the produced hydrogen gas at high pressure will be manufactured and installed by Kwangshin. The project is scheduled to be completed in April 2023, and high pressure compressed hydrogen gas will be delivered to consumers via tube trailers. Here is a process flow diagram designed by HTS for the Ansan project. The main flow can be identified as a thicker line where you can see that hydrogen and oxygen is electrolyzed by electrolyzer and then go through the oxygenation and purification process in each gas liquid separator and finally produce high purity hydrogen. The picture on the right side is the system configuration of gas liquid separation. Following the Ansan project, the Saemangeum project also completed bidding, and the successful bidders are a consortium of companies YPP, HTS, and Pomhan. In this project, YPP is a consortium leader and responsible for EPC work and the construction of integrated monitoring systems. HTS carries out manufacturing and installation of water electrolysis devices and utilities. The hydrogen compression device to store the produced hydrogen gas at high pressure will be manufactured and installed by Pomhan. This project is scheduled to complete in February 2023, and high pressure compressed hydrogen gas will be delivered to consumers via tube trailers. Here are some of our upcoming projects. The upcoming projects are a 2 megawatts hydrogen production project that collaborates with domestic electric power companies, and a 6.7 megawatts green hydrogen project using a small amount of hydropower, which is scheduled to be carried out by the Korea Water Resources Corporation. We will continue to participate in hydrogen plant projects, not just in Korea, but also abroad. For example, there is an upcoming hydrogen plant that will be promoted by the Malaysian government, and we will be part of the project. New product. In 2020, we have also developed Catalbone, a catalytic carbonization system for all kinds of organic waste. This carbonization system is a new product carbonizing all kinds of organic waste into carbon powder in order to deal with growing waste. The emitted carbon can be reused as a heat source and for other renewable energy. It can be commercialized in any kind of organic waste treatment plant. It is a product that effectively reduces the required time and high temperature, which has been a major concern when using conventional or existing heat treatment. Therefore, we believe that it is an excellent alternative environmentally and economically. About new technology, we have also continued research and development on CDR, which is carbon dissolve and removal technology. It is a method of dissolving and removing carbon rather than the concept of carbon capture in CCU or CCS. The core of CDR technology we have is a biological conversion technology that can break down and reduce CO2 and CH4 simultaneously using marine microalgae, Dunaliella, and catalysts. Also, the facility equipment is relatively simple and easy to use, and so that's what makes CDR even more impressive. This is a new technology that has just been developed, and so we believe it will be an item to lead the carbon market. Currently, a pilot system is installed at the Resource Circulation Center in Myeong City in Korea, and the results of the carbon dioxide reduction test can be checked through the yellow table on the right bottom. So far, we introduced our main products and ongoing projects. With our experience in R&D projects that can contribute to carbon neutrality and green hydrogen production, we would like to be part of such projects in Australia. So please contact us if you want to be a partner of our green future business. Thank you so much for joining me today. We would like to hear from Australian companies wishing to cooperate with us on Australia's green hydrogen production projects. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Corey, for your presentation. Moving on, we have Seung-Hwan Lee representing J&K Heaters. He will be presenting J&K Heaters Hydrogen Refueling Station.
My name is Seung-Hwan Lee from J&K Heaters Hydrogen Energy Unit. I present introduction to business of hydrogen reformer and refueling station. J&K Heater, a best company for industrial fire heater. That is the core facility in refinery and petrochemical plant. J&K Heater spun off from Dadim Engineering in 1998, established in as J&K Heaters. J&K is grown to the Korean-based enterprise for industrial fire heater. J&K listed on Kosdaq stock market in 2011. J&K also new entry into hydrogen energy business from steam methane reforming project for hydrogen refueling station and biogas upgrading system applications. J&K supplies many fire heater and reforms at home and abroad. And also, J&K maintains good relationship with many engineering, procurement, and construction company and clients both at the home and abroad. Major client and its clients refer to this slide. J&K saw many experience for industrial reformer and fire heater, such as Hana Solution High-Cool Reformer and K-Fig Cracking Furnace, SK Corporation CCR heater, and Solar Project Steam Reformer, Cold Charge Heater, Vacuum Charge Heater, etc. J&K is also many relationship for Korean hydrogen industry. J&K Heater participates in H Korea. H Korea is similar to H2 USA, S Mobility in Germany, HISUS in Japan. And J&K Heater invests fund into HyNet. HyNet is special purpose company for construction of 100 hydrogen refueling stations by 2022. Current stage of J&K Heater hydrogen station and the production system construction. About 30 sites of hydrogen refueling station and 3 sites of steam methane reforming in hydrogen production system. Steam methane reforming is the reaction of natural gas or refinery biogas or refinery landfill gas and steam. That produces syngas. Syngas means mixture of hydrogen and carbon monoxide. Steam methane reforming process producing of natural gas of biogas steam reforming process. Please refer to this slide. Specification of J&K's reformer. J&K's reformer is three models for hydrogen production. 250 is hydrogen 250 kilogram per day. HIIS 500. It means 500 kilogram of hydrogen per day production. And 50 kilogram per day is HIIS 650 models. This is Jenkins fabrication of hydrogen steam reformer slide and performance and final test finished to hydrogen steam reformers. After test, hydrogen steam reformer is hacking and such as in two HIMA was hydrogen steam reformer. Such a safety interrupt for hydrogen steam reformer operations. For installation of a safety device such as a flame detector, carbon monoxide detector, hydrogen liquid detector, fire detector, and some emergency shutdown. Jenkins have 5 patents in Korean for hydrogen steam reformer design. This slide, 500 kilogram per day H2 steam reformer in Changwon, Seongju H2 production system. 2 systems are installed in Changwon, Seongju hydrogen production system. HIMF of 500 of kilogram per day of hydrogen steam reformer. Off-site H2 station. First, Incheon first airport terminal H2 station. It finished in 2020 December. Refilling pressure for 700 bar gauge and capacity of 50 cars next basis for 1 day. And Jecheon Sambo hydrogen station. Jecheon is located in Chungbuk, Chungcheongbuk-do, Jecheon City. It is finished in 2021 January. It also refilling pressure is 700 bar gauge and same as to Incheon first 1 terminal airport 50 car next basis refilling for 1 day. Cheongju Galusu H2 hydrogen station in Cheongju located in Chungcheongbuk-do. It finished in 2021 June. It also 700 bar refilling pressure and 50 cars next basis refilling for 1 day. Sangam is on-site H2 station. It finished 2020 October. Hydrogen generation is 150 kilogram per day. It generated by steam reforming. The feed material is citric gas. Citric gas is a major component of methane. Refilling pressure is 700 bar gauge and 40 cars next basis refilling for 1 day. This is the facility of Sangam hydrogen station. Steam methane reforming, engine compressor, hydrogen buffer tank, and the dispenser. This performance test of Sangam hydrogen station. Sangam station is possible for refilling set space of SOC basis 100%. It is based on SAJ1201 T40 basis. And also, we operate Changwon Seongju hydrogen production system. It finished 2021 June and hydrogen generated joint capacity is 1,000 kilogram per day, 500 day of steam methane reformer, more 2 EA. Hydrogen generator type is heat gas steam reforming and refilling pressure is 700 bar gauge. Thank you for your application.
Thank you, Seungwan. Our next speech will be from Aisara, Manager of International Sales and Marketing from Hylium Industries for its hydrogen liquefaction technology.
Hello, my name is Aisara, and today I'll be presenting Hylium Industries. In today's presentation, I'll introduce Hylium and our key technologies and product categories. Hylium Industries is the Korea Institute of Science and Technology's spin-off company that pioneered liquid hydrogen innovations in South Korea. Our research and development endeavors were directly supported by the Korean government for development of the domestic hydrogen economy. And we are dedicated to providing safe hydrogen technologies that bring people closer to a clean economy. Hylium has been established in 2014 and has come a long way since then. Since our establishment 8 years ago, we have received a number of awards such as Russell B. Scott Memorial Award, collaborated with global big names such as Hyundai and Chart Industries, and received investments of over $13 million. The list of our funding partners includes Korean conglomerates such as Hyundai, POSCO, and SK. Our key competencies lie in our expertise in liquid hydrogen technologies. And you might wonder, why liquid hydrogen? Well, the answer is simple. Liquid hydrogen has the highest energy density per weight in the universe. This unique feature of liquid hydrogen makes it extremely efficient and safe to store and transport, resulting in significant storage and transportation cost savings. Based on our liquid hydrogen technology expertise, we have developed state-of-the-art technologies across multiple hydrogen sectors, ranging from refueling, mobility, storage and transportation, liquefaction, and even hydrogen safety. As you know, the hydrogen economy is rapidly growing, and the need for hydrogen technology is as apparent as ever. And nowadays, we see hydrogen fuel cell vehicles commercially available worldwide. Their sales are increasing exponentially. To support this growing demand for FCEVs refueling, we need an effective and innovative refueling solution. Many countries have ambitious plans to build large amounts of refueling stations in the nearest future. But one hydrogen refueling station costs over $3 million, which greatly complicates refueling station scaling. We need to find a way to overcome this challenge and reduce the initial capital expenditure for refueling stations. Now we offer you the solution: a mobile hydrogen refueling station which can cover a wide service area to refuel hydrogen vehicles. Hylium's mobile HRS carries up to 2,500 liters of liquid hydrogen on a 5-ton truck and can refuel up to 25 vehicles per day. Our MHRS is an on-demand hydrogen refueling solution that is perfect for supporting the growing infrastructure. The MHRS is perfect for developing hydrogen infrastructure due to its on-demand refueling abilities. The MHRS has the full system that can easily connect liquefaction plants with hydrogen-powered vehicles, combining the fuel transportation and dispensing steps in one. The current hydrogen mobility market is also rapidly growing, with a lot of attention focused on the drone sector. The drone sector is expected to double by 2026, and various industries such as construction, telecommunications, agriculture, and others are heavily investing into new technologies in the mobility market. The current problem is that battery-powered drones available in the market do not have the flight time capabilities to fulfill operations requiring extended completion time. After identifying the short flight time problem faced in the market, we decided to develop a drone that can fly for over 5 hours. The Hylium X is a liquid hydrogen-powered fuel cell drone that can fly just this amount of time. This extended flight time makes this Hylium X applicable to a wide variety of uses, such as inspection, maintenance, surveillance, agriculture, and many more. The extended flight time is possible due to the liquid hydrogen-powered fuel cell power pack that derives energy from energy-dense liquid hydrogen fuel. Our power pack provides flight endurances of over 5 hours, which is 15 times more than the flight endurance of a common lithium battery. To increase the applicability of our technologies, we have also developed a mobile ground control station for the Hylium X. The MGCS essentially serves as the control and refueling station for the drone. The vehicle is equipped with a control and refueling station, as well as a helipad for takeoff and landing of the drone. The MGCS provides a full-scale power solution for hydrogen mobility, offering swift refueling of 5 minutes. The MGCS and Hylium X combination are perfect for extended operations that require flight times of over 5 hours. Our MHRS and hydrogen mobility technologies have extensive track records with important customers across the world. We have partnered with big names like Volvo, Nikola Motors, Hyundai, and Hyosung on joint projects utilizing our mobile hydrogen refueling station. Our hydrogen mobility technologies are used by companies like Alakai Technologies and Hyundai. We're also involved in multiple joint projects, namely the Transatlantic Hydrogen Flight Hormuz Drone Project, led by the French ISA Superior. Our technologies are internationally patented and have been certified by international standards, such as ASME, ISO, and KGS, that we make sure to uphold in our product development and distribution. Hylium's liquefaction technologies have also been acknowledged by the Cryogenic Engineering Conference, and Hylium is a listed supplier in the CEC's Suppliers Guide. Our company has been actively participating in various activities and received acknowledgments from across the globe, namely the KBS Challenge Case Startup Award for Liquid Hydrogen Drone Power Pack. Our President CEO Kim has also received Prime Minister's Commendation for Science and Technology Merits. Our company has also won the first place as a K-Pitch winner at K-Global in China, and also as a Startup Contest Grand Prize winner in 2019. We have also received a Governor of Gyeonggi-do Province Commendation for distinguished input into the hydrogen industry. Today, I have introduced you to Hylium Industries, a leading company in liquid hydrogen technologies in South Korea. The short presentation does not cover the scope of all of our activities, so if you'd like to know more and get in contact with us, please feel free to let us know. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your presentation. Next to present will be Alan, who is the head of fuel cell business from Vinatech, discussing their hydrogen fuel cell technology.
Hello, this is Alan from Vinatech, who is in charge of fuel cell business. It's an honor for me to have a presentation in this H2 online pitching day. I wish I can share lots of insights for the future of hydrogen business. Then, let's get started. Our main products are supercapacitor and hydrogen fuel cell materials, which are based on carbon. As we have our own technology how to handle carbon, we can develop our supercapacitor and hydrogen fuel cell materials, especially hydrogen fuel cell materials. With our own technology, we can provide customized products according to the customer's specification. As you already know, hydrogen fuel cell is key component of hydrogen industry. It produces thermal and electric energy through the electrochemical reactions of hydrogen, oxygen, and discharge water, which means it's quite eco-friendly. When it comes to the hydrogen fuel cell materials, we produce carbon support, catalyst, and MEA in our own site. Unlike other manufacturers who is buying some raw materials from the third party, we produce all of them, and that's the reason why we can supply customized products to our customers. Regarding the test results according to the DOE protocol, we are satisfied with all characteristics in DOE protocol. As you can see the test results, our catalyst and MEA has high durability and stable structure. As you can see the market reports, the market is moving to net zero within 2050. From bus to aviation, most of transportation will be changed to hydrogen fuel cell basis from current diesel or gasoline. Especially in Europe, there are significant moves to hydrogen vehicles for heavy vehicles like trucks and buses. According to the global hydrogen vehicle market forecast, there will be about 1 million hydrogen vehicles in the world, which means about 400 million units of MEA is required. For that, we started to construct our new factory just for fuel cell productions in Wonju. The production capacity of MEA will be about 4 million units per year within 2024. Thanks for your time today, and if there is anything that I can help or if you have any questions, just please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Our next and final pitch will be presented by Ji-Hong Jung, the CEO of HOngsWorks, for its hydrogen recirculation system.
Nice to meet you. This is Ji-Hong Jung, CEO and co-founder of HOngsWorks. Let me introduce about my company, HOngsWorks, as Hydrogen Industries, fuel cell explorer from Korea. Before beginning the presentation, let me introduce about my team and company. We established in 2020 with 3 members who have completed GE Additive Expert training course. Now, we have 4 core members for the moment, including myself as CEO and Mr. Hong as COO, who has the career in bank, finance, and management. Now, you may have noticed why the company name is HOngsWorks, Ji-Hong Jung, and Seok-Keun Hong. We will continue work together. This is our success story that introduced by GE Additive and NCC magazine. Based on the engineering expertise and the advanced metal 3D printing technologies. Now, we provide mechanical components for fuel cell systems. Okay, let me start presentation. Many countries, including Korea and Australia, are moving toward the carbon net zero. So the energy paradigm is shifting from the carbon to the hydrogen or clean. In such hydrogen economy, one of the most important technologies will be the hydrogen fuel cell that will expand power generation, building, and mobilities, including the logistics and transportations. But the fuel cell has several obstacles to be overcome, such as efficiency, endurance, and the overall performance. In a simple cycle, not all of hydrogen will react for the electricity. Some portion of the hydrogen will be exhausted without any free fuel reaction, and then result in the inefficiency. The better way is to recirculate unreactive hydrogen from the exhaust. A combination of pump and blower can be used, but it requires additional power to drive. So the flow ejector type could be conceived as recirculation ejector. However, the conventional and existing ejector also has several weaknesses, such as narrow operating condition bandwidth, which is originated from limitations of design and manufacturing methodologies. HOngsWorks overcame such problems based on the fluid dynamic expertise of our own and advanced metal 3D printing technologies. What you see is the essence of HOngsWorks' innovative solution example. Through the extensive fluid dynamic simulations and the many trials of tests, HOngsWorks could bring more than 15 of the meaningful operation condition area, even including lower flow rate. On top of that, we can provide customized solutions for almost all kinds of operating conditions. This is an example of our product, including the optimized recirculation ejector and MBOP, meaning the mechanical balance of a plant. System interface is a very critical factor in the fuel cell business, and we provide not only the optimized ejector, but also MBOP module. The benefits of HOngsWorks MBOP solutions are, most of all, the efficiency of the customized and optimized recirculation ejector. Second, the overall MBOP module will provide SWAP, size, weight, and performance benefit. This is the very important selling point in any mobility market. Third, The customer fuel cell system can be optimized because of the flexibility and adaptability of HONXWorks MBOP module solution. As a summary, HONXWorks can provide higher performance and efficient MBOP module for the various fuel cell systems. HONXWorks core competencies come from our capabilities of customization and optimization. Fuel cell customers will tell us about the operation conditions, and then we will provide the solutions. This is realized via our design expertise and the metal 3D printing technologies. We focus on the recirculation ejector and then add up the required components such as valves in the form of standardized supply chain management. Also, current solution can be sold to the existing mobility markets that need fuel cell applications, such as ground and maritime vehicles, and then eventually up to the coming UAM urban air mobility. We strongly believe that HONXWorks recirculation ejector core technology can be used even for the hydrogen generation with water electrolysis. The flow dynamics will be the same. Actually, there are strong competitors in our targeted market, ECO, PM, but they do their business in its own established market and moreover including fuel cell stack also. HONXWorks focused on the recirculation ejector and MBOP module. So any company who wants to sell their own fuel cell system can be our customer. Therefore, the current competitor can be HONXWorks customer in near future. The entire fuel cell market is expected to grow from about $4 billion in 2020 up to $20 billion by 2030. So we believe that PEMFC will follow such trends or maybe even faster. HONXWorks targets the MBOP module sector of PEMFC and will try to get about 4 to 5% of market share. This is HONXWorks roadmap towards 2030. As said before, our solution can be applied to the various kinds of the fuel cell market, including flying vehicles such as UAM. We are rapidly increasing our revenue as the renewable energy portfolio standard, so-called as RPS, is being intensified in Korea and many other countries. The fuel cell market will grow fast, and that is our chance. In near future, the water electrolysis hydrogen generation market will be our target too. Up to now, since the establishment of HONXWorks in 2020, we operated with Korea government's R&D fund and the related project. Now, HONXWorks would like to grow faster for the future chances with our innovative solution. We are raising 2.5 million Australian dollars to go for the next major step. HONXWorks tripled the revenue in 2021. In this year, we will score more than 270% than last year. We will keep growing. HONXWorks want to be the major partner and supplier in the way of carbon net zero. I will end my presentation. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, please contact us the following contact information. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Jung, and thanks to all our presenters for your great pitches. We now concluded the investor relations pitching session. If you're looking at investing or would like to have a one-on-one meeting with any of the Korean companies that presented today, please contact us at invest@kotra.org.au and we can arrange a direct introduction.
Moving on, we have Professor Francois Aguet, who is leading the hydrogen sector at the University of Sydney. He will be introducing the Australian hydrogen industries and H2 potential. Following this, we will have Rupa Isman, the director of Sydney Knowledge Hub, which aims to attract Korean companies looking to expand their business in Australia.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would like first to thank KOTRA for the invitation to participate to this event today. My name is François Aguet. I'm professor in chemistry at the University of Sydney and president and CTO of H2 Potential. And with me, Rupal Ismin, who is also the director of Sydney Knowledge Hub, and who is going to discuss how Sydney Knowledge Hub can also support startups in the Australian market. So before starting, what I would like to do is talk a little bit about the Australian hydrogen landscape. So as you know, hydrogen is very popular those days, and there is a big hype on the potential of hydrogen to help the decarbonization sector. So in this figure, you can see where hydrogen can potentially be utilized from mobility to heat and industrial energy and industrial feedstock and power generation. Australia has the ambition to become a huge hydrogen export nation. And here you have typically the aim for Australia to export by 2050 the equivalent of around 18 million tons of green hydrogen. Where this hydrogen will go, predictions show that the early market is in transport, so heavy-duty transport, but everything related also to light vehicle and buses. Then by 2025 to 2030, hydrogen is thought to become competitive for industry and also started to blending with natural gas for decarbonizing that sector. And then at the end of that chain, maybe by 2030, 2035, hydrogen may become competitive to be integrated to grid electricity generation and renewable energy for power generation. So there is, you can see across those different activities, a huge scope for innovation and developing new technology that can support that vision. The reason hydrogen is looked at very seriously in Australia is simply if you look at the potential of renewable energy generation. And as you can see on that map, by 2050, it is predicted that Australia could produce the equivalent of almost 2,000 equivalent of energy per year. And simply, this is due to the fact that Australia has a lot of space to deploy renewable energy at scale. Hydrogen is already moving extremely fast in Australia. There is already 80 plus projects that are developed across the entire country. As you can see, those projects are mainly along the coastline for now, for some obvious reason, mainly because those projects are dedicated to hydrogen export, but some projects are already looking at the domestic market with the integration of hydrogen to the gas pipeline. And as I mentioned before, this is just showing you the scope and the scale of innovation that is required, not only around hydrogen production to bring the cost down of hydrogen, and how we develop new technology to bring the cost down of renewable hydrogen, but also we need technology to be able to store hydrogen, distribute hydrogen, and transport hydrogen long distance, because obviously the population in Australia is not large enough to consume all this hydrogen that could be produced. So how do we export to Europe? How do we export to Japan? How do we export to Korea and the Asian market? And then for this economy to take off, we also need technology to help create the hydrogen demand, and we need technology that enable the acceleration of this uptake in the hydrogen demand. So it's not only in the fuel cell vehicle market, but any technology that could facilitate the uptake of hydrogen demand. What I would like to do right now is maybe mention a few words about H2 Potential. H2 Potential is a company I co-founded with another French guy, Jean-Marie Guitera. We have two roles and one mission. What we are really looking at is lead the transition to a hydrogen economy. And by doing that, and the way we aim at doing that is to help devise and lead strategies. We also help to translate technology to the market. We help to de-risk projects, and we also help to identify new technology on the market and implement them in innovation-driven projects. And so if we are looking for a hydrogen specialist in Australia, we are one of these hydrogen specialists, we can help you to develop your strategy, R&D plan, investment. We also provide investor advisory. And we also help with project development, from technology evaluation to identifying appropriate strategic partners and doing feasibility studies. So really what we do, we act as an accelerant and a catalyst for innovation. And we use expertise across, from technical expertise to financial expertise to market analysis to help our clients. I would like to give the floor now to Rupal Ismin, who is going to give you an overview of Sydney Knowledge Hub and how this can help Korean startups.
Yeah, thank you, Francois. So as Francois mentioned, I'm Rupal Ismin. I'm the director of the Sydney Knowledge Hub. And to put it a little bit in context, the Sydney Knowledge Hub is part of the University of Sydney. We're here to support researchers at the university. And we are part of a new innovation precinct called Tech Central, which essentially is the heart of innovation in Australia. We have, three of the main, three of some of the biggest universities in all of Australia, really closely geographically located with just immense facilities. The University of Sydney particularly has these core research facilities, which are just these advanced, very high-end research equipment that is available to startups and industry partners. We have a robotics lab. We have and just the most amazing and exciting startups globally that are located in this kind of couple kilometer radius that the Sydney Knowledge Hub is located in. We are about an initiative that's about 2.5 years old. The Sydney Knowledge Hub mission is to bring a closer understanding between the university and the outside world. We strive to create a welcoming front door that serves as both an entrance for small to medium size organizations, of course that includes startups, and kind of an exit for researchers to leave our campus and impact our lives. Now we know there are just, the University of Sydney and, has some of the most groundbreaking technologies that are invented. And really for that technology to leave the university, we really want to connect with startups and industry partners so we can work together. And the Sydney Knowledge Hub really helps businesses work with our researchers. So you can go to the next slide. So our purpose is to support academic founders. We know that there are unique needs to research entrepreneurs that are, I guess unique to different than kind of traditional startups. So we're really there to help academic founders, whether they're at the University of Sydney or within Korea or anywhere, really to help researchers commercialize their business. So that gives, we give them connections to the startup ecosystem and venture capital world in Sydney and beyond. We help them connect to the various programming and accelerator programs. There's a couple unique accelerator programs in clean energy that are emerging in Sydney. Connect to, of course, our brilliant researchers, research students or higher degree researcher students, as they're hungry for really interesting industry placements with these startups. We also help inspire academics and staff. So we host a lot of events that connect our industry partners to each other and to researchers at the university and kind of help our researchers at the university learn how to commercialize. And we work really hard at developing collaboration opportunities. So, anyone kind of on this call, if you are interested in kind of working with the university, it's a big, really behemoth of an institution, your first contact, if you're not sure where to go, can of course be Francois or me at the Sydney Knowledge Hub. And we can really help you figure out, what are some potential projects, what are some funding that you could potentially leverage for your research collaboration with the university, and what are some other kind of government funding and so forth that you can access as a startup landing here in Australia. So strategically, we provide three things. So put it a little bit more concretely, we provide three things. So one is co-working. The heart of the Sydney Knowledge Hub is our co-working space, where we have about 20 organizations that use the space as their primary place of work. A little bit more than half of those are early stage businesses run by researchers. So, you know, those are across sectors, and where our purpose is to help them connect to each other for peer-to-peer learning, to advise each other, and to really be the kind of heart of this innovation ecosystem, you know, based out of the University of Sydney. We also, as part of kind of co-working, we also kind of think of space. So again, we kind of help the outside world, startups and industry partners externally connect to, you know, our core research facilities, our labs, and other equipment at the University of Sydney. The second thing that we do is offer programming. So we offer all sorts of kind of capacity building and industry engagement, roundtables and workshops and so forth. And the last thing, as I mentioned before, is wayfinding. So what I mean by wayfinding is we help, we can be your first contact as to how to connect to the university. So, you know, we can help you essentially navigate who and how to work with the university. This is just a snapshot of some of our organizations that call the Sydney Knowledge Hub home. So these are our Sydney Knowledge Hub members. These names probably won't mean very much to you, but I think the key point here is that we have a breadth of different sectors that we cover. So we are here to support the various kind of research strengths at the university, which of course includes clean energy. Francois may have mentioned that we have a net zero initiative here out of the University of Sydney. So there are over 100 researchers at the university that are looking to connect with industry partners to create a net zero, you know, Australia and world. So we have a couple of organizations in kind of the clean energy sector, which includes Plasma Leap, H2 Potential. We have BioScout, which is an ag tech business. But really, you know, we'd like to support kind of a diversity of sectors and also maturity so that people have access to, you know, different types of knowledge. And, you know, if you're listening and if you're interested in kind of expanding to Australia, we could be really for a really great place to kind of catch you, to be your first home and to help you support and connect to the ecosystem with a really flexible you know, co-working arrangement where you're really around other deep tech and research-based organizations. And this is just a picture of one of our research-based businesses. So these are two PhD students who have a newborn resuscitation device. And I guess I'm including this picture just to show that the space can be really flexible and adaptive, because I know there's all sorts of needs that an early stage business needs, such as like we have a hardware lab downstairs where you have access to electronic testing equipment and laser cutters and really, you know, prototyping tools and places to have, you know, to do some of your marketing collateral and so forth. You know, I don't think I might go over this, but this is just kind of a snapshot of one of our early stage businesses, BioScout. So this is in the kind of ag tech and kind of clean sector, sustainability sector. So it was founded by 3 students here at the university. It grew out of a PhD project, and it was, you know, 3 people that essentially were like, look, we can do something out of this. We have this amazing invention. We're going to pivot a little bit from the invention because we learned a little bit more about the market. And now they are, you know, this is about a year and a half later, they're a 12-person team. They just closed their seed fund of just about $2 million. And have just attracted a tranche of lots of different government funding because of the Sydney Knowledge Hub support and kind of identifying these grant opportunities and supporting them along the way. So there's a lot kind of with the New South Wales government, for instance, that is supportive around hydrogen. And so the Sydney Knowledge Hub can help you kind of tap into some of that government, those government opportunities. And that is it. So, you know, thank you for your time. And again, if you have any questions, Francois, obviously is the academic connecting you to hydrogen, kind of can be your kind of general connection to the University of Sydney and some of those fundings and so forth. And of course, if you are in Sydney, even if you're here for kind of a one-off and just, a couple of days for a meeting, we'd love to be kind of your home base, just informally, or if you're looking for a more formal place to expand your business, we would be happy to support you. So thank you.
Thank you for your presentation, Francois and Rupa. This concludes the webinar.
Once again, I would like to thank the presenters and everyone watching today's webinar for your participation. Starting next week, we'll be organizing one-on-one online meeting sessions with the Korean SMEs that have pitched today for further discussion about supply, partnership, and investment. If you would like to be connected through, please contact us at invest@kotra.org.au. We will also be sharing the presentation slide from today upon your request, so please do not hesitate to contact us here at KOTRA Sydney.
We hope today's webinar and KOTRA Sydney can be a stepping stone for future cooperation between Australia and Korea. Thank you for your participation.